They say that the moment you think you've won is the moment you're most vulnerable to losing everything. After 9 episodes of betrayal, conspiracy, and fighting for my life, I thought I finally had control of my destiny. I was wrong. Sometimes the people you trust most are just better actors than the ones who openly betray you. And sometimes redemption comes with a price that changes you forever. It's exactly 1 year since the Project Pantheon conspiracy was exposed, and I'm sitting in the same boardroom where David Lin once voted me out as CEO. The difference is, now I own the building again. Coal Industries 2.0 is thriving. Our ethical AI initiatives have revolutionized the industry, and the quantum encryption protocols my father left behind have made us the most secure technology company in the world. But success tastes different when you've lost everything and clawed your way back. It's sweeter but also more fragile because you know exactly how quickly it can disappear. Lila Torres is now my Chief Technology Officer, and she's presenting our latest achievement to a room full of investors who are eager to throw money at us. The quantum-secured AI network we've built is completely immune to the kind of attacks that devastated the industry last year, she explains, pointing to charts that show our technology protecting dozens of companies worldwide. These investors, many of the same people who abandoned me when my empire first collapsed, are now desperate to be part of Coal Industries 2.0. Money has no memory, but I do. As Lila wraps up her presentation, my assistant Sarah enters the boardroom with a message that makes my blood run cold. Mr. Cole, there's someone here to see you. Says it's urgent and relates to the Prometheus investigation. I excuse myself from a meeting, expecting to see FBI agent Chun or maybe an international investigator. Instead, I find Marcus Gray sitting in my reception area, looking like he's aged 5 years in the past 12 months. Marcus, the man who started this entire nightmare by hacking my systems, who orchestrated my downfall with David and Emma, who should be serving a 20-year federal sentence. Hello, Ethan. How the hell are you out of prison? Marcus smiles, but there's no satisfaction in it. Plea bargain. Turns out the government values my expertise in quantum hacking more than they value justice. I'm working for the NSA now, Marcus continues, helping them build defenses against the kind of attacks I used to specialize in. Ironic, isn't it? What do you want, Marcus? To warn you, and to ask for your help. I laugh, but there's no humor in it. You want my help? After everything you did to me? Ethan, the Prometheus group is gone, but the technology they developed isn't. There are 3 independent groups that have acquired pieces of their quantum hacking tools, and they're planning something much worse than Project Pantheon. He pulls out a tablet and shows me intercepted communications that make my stomach drop. They're not trying to take over AI companies. They're planning to crash the global financial system and blame it on AI failures. Stock markets, banking networks, cryptocurrency exchanges, everything collapses simultaneously. The implications are staggering. If someone crashes the global financial system and makes it look like AI caused the collapse, it would destroy public trust in artificial intelligence forever. Every AI company, including mine, would become worthless overnight. When? I ask. 72 hours. They call it Black Monday, a coordinated attack that will make 2008 look like a minor recession. And you want me to help you stop it? Marcus nods. Your quantum encryption is the only thing that can protect the financial networks. But it requires someone with access to your father's complete research to implement it properly. I'm not giving you access to my father's work. I'm not asking for access. I'm asking you to implement it yourself. Work with me, just this once, to save the global economy. I bring Marcus to my private office where Lila is waiting. She takes one look at him, and her hand moves instinctively toward the panic button that would summon building security. It's okay, I tell her. He says he's here to help. Marcus Gray wants to help. Lila's voice drips with skepticism. The same Marcus Gray who destroyed your life. Marcus shows Lila the same intelligence he showed me. As she reviews the data, her expression changes from skepticism to alarm. This is real, she says finally. The attack vectors, the timing, the coordination, this would cause a global financial collapse. Can we stop it without his help? I ask. Lila studies the technical specifications. Maybe, but it would require accessing banking networks in 12 different countries simultaneously. We need inside cooperation from financial institutions, government agencies, and cybersecurity firms worldwide. Which I can provide, Marcus says. The NSA has been preparing for this exact scenario. Working with Marcus feels like shaking hands with the devil, but the stakes are too high for personal grudges. Over the next 6 hours, we develop a defense strategy that would protect the global financial system from quantum hacking attacks. But as we work, I notice something troubling. Marcus seems to know details about the planned attack that weren't in the intelligence briefing he showed me. Technical specifications, timing sequences, even the specific vulnerabilities the attackers plan to exploit. Marcus, I say during a break, how exactly did the NSA obtain this intelligence? His hesitation lasts just a fraction of a second, but it's enough. Routine surveillance of suspected cybercriminal organizations. Bullshit. This level of detail suggests inside knowledge. Lila looks up from her computer. Ethan's right. These attack protocols are too sophisticated to be intercepted communications. Someone with direct access to the planning provided this information. Marcus sets down his coffee and looks at both of us with an expression I can't read. You want the truth? Fine. I'm not just working for the NSA to build defenses. I'm working undercover to infiltrate the groups that acquired Prometheus technology. You mean you're still actively involved in cybercriminal organizations? I mean I'm risking my life every day to prevent attacks like Black Monday. The NSA needed someone with my background and connections to get inside these groups. Someone the cybercriminal community would trust. The revelation changes everything. Marcus isn't just a reformed hacker working for the government. He's a double agent operating in the shadows of international cybercrime. How do I know you're not still playing both sides? I ask. Marcus pulls up his shirt, revealing a scar across his abdomen. Because 3 months ago, one of these groups suspected I was a federal informant and tried to kill me. I spent 2 weeks in a coma. As we continue working on the financial network defenses, Marcus tells me something that makes this crisis personal again. Ethan, there's something else you need to know. The group planning Black Monday? They specifically targeted coal industries as their primary scapegoat. What do you mean? When the financial networks collapse, they want it to look like your quantum AI systems caused the failure. Your company will be blamed for destroying the global economy. The irony is perfect and terrible. After rebuilding my empire and establishing myself as a leader in ethical AI, I'm about to be framed for the greatest economic disaster in human history. They chose coal industries because of your public profile, Marcus continues. When Ethan Cole's AI destroys the world economy, it will end public support for artificial intelligence forever. As we're putting the finishing touches on our defense strategy, my assistant Sarah interrupts with another unexpected visitor. Mr. Cole, Sophia Reed is here. She says it's about the financial attack. My heart stops. Sophia, the woman who was supposed to be my fiancée, who betrayed me as part of the original conspiracy, who helped me expose Prometheus, who I thought had disappeared from my life forever. She walks into my office looking exactly as beautiful and dangerous as I remember. Designer clothes, perfect hair, the kind of confidence that comes from always being the smartest person in the room. Hello, Ethan. Marcus and Lila exchange glances. They both know our complicated history. Sophia, what are you doing here? Stopping you from making a terrible mistake. Sophia pulls out her own tablet and shows us intelligence that contradicts everything Marcus has told us. The Black Monday attack is real, she says, but it's not being planned by remnants of the Prometheus group. It's being planned by the NSA itself. Marcus's expression doesn't change, but I notice his hand moving slowly toward his jacket pocket. The NSA wants to crash the global financial system and blame it on unregulated AI development, Sophia continues. It's a false flag operation designed to justify massive government control over artificial intelligence. And how would you know this? I ask. Because I've been working undercover for the CIA, investigating NSA overreach in cybersecurity operations. The room explodes into accusations and counter-accusations. Marcus claims Sophia is lying to protect her new criminal allies. Sophia claims Marcus is still a cybercriminal manipulating the NSA. Lila demands proof from both of them. I look at these three people. Marcus, the enemy who became an ally. Sophia, the lover who became a betrayer who might be trying to save me. And Lila, the only person I trust completely. Lila, I say, can you verify either of their claims? She's already typing furiously on her laptop. I'm cross-referencing the intelligence they've both provided with our own monitoring systems. 5 minutes of tense silence pass while Lila works. Then she looks up with an expression of horror. They're both right. The Black Monday attack is real and is scheduled for tomorrow, Lila explains. But there are actually two separate plans. The NSA is planning to crash the financial system and blame unregulated AI. Meanwhile, actual cybercriminals are planning to crash the financial system and steal billions during the chaos. So while the government and the criminals fight each other, the global economy gets destroyed, I realize. Exactly. And both groups plan to frame coal industries as the cause. Sophia steps forward. Ethan, we can stop both attacks, but only if we work together. Marcus shakes his head. Don't trust her. She's been playing every side since the beginning. And you haven't. Sophia snaps back. I make a decision that will either save the global economy or destroy my life permanently. We stop both attacks. Marcus, you feed false information to your NSA handlers, telling them the cybercriminal attack has been postponed. Sophia, you use your CIA connections to expose the NSA's false flag operation. Lila and I will implement quantum defenses that protect the financial networks from both government and criminal attacks. What if one of them betrays us? Lila asks. Then we lose everything. But if we don't try, we definitely lose everything. Over the next 18 hours, we execute the most complex cybersecurity operation in history. Marcus feeds disinformation to his NSA contacts while secretly helping us identify their attack vectors. Sophia coordinates with CIA investigators to gather evidence of the NSA's false flag operation. Lila and I work around the clock to implement quantum encryption defenses on banking networks across the globe. But as Black Monday approaches, I realize that someone has been playing a deeper game than any of us suspected. At 6 a.m. on the day of the planned attacks, my phone rings. It's David Lin, calling from federal prison. Hello, Ethan. I thought you might want to know that everything happening today was my idea. David, how are you calling me from prison? Because prison is just another chessboard, and I've been playing this game for much longer than you realize. The truth hits me like a freight train. David didn't just help destroy my company and steal my technology. He's been orchestrating every major event in my life for the past 2 years, including the current crisis. The NSA operation, the cybercriminal attacks, even Marcus and Sophia's involvement, I arranged all of it from my prison cell. You see, Ethan, destroying you once wasn't enough. I needed to destroy you, then let you rebuild, then destroy you again when you had the most to lose. Why, David? We were partners. We were friends. We were never friends. You were the face of the company, while I did all the real work. You got the credit, the money, the recognition. I got to be your anonymous background support. David explains his masterpiece, orchestrate a crisis that would force me to work with my former enemies, then ensure that no matter which side won, coal industries would be destroyed in the process. Whether the NSA succeeds or the cybercriminals succeed, your company gets blamed. Whether Marcus betrays you or Sophia betrays you, you lose everything. It's the perfect revenge. But David made one crucial mistake. He assumed that Marcus, Sophia, and I would never truly work together. He underestimated the power of people who have nothing left to lose. David, I say, there's something you don't know. Everything you just confessed is being recorded and transmitted live to FBI headquarters, CIA headquarters, and NSA headquarters. What? Lila holds up her phone, showing an active recording app. Every word, David. Your entire confession to orchestrating a false flag operation against the U.S. economy. Within hours, federal agents are arresting NSA personnel involved in the false flag operation, cybercriminals involved in the theft operation, and anyone connected to David's prison-based conspiracy. Marcus, despite his complicated history, is officially cleared of involvement in the current crisis. Sophia's CIA credentials are verified, and her intelligence proves crucial to stopping both attacks. The global financial system is saved, coal industries is vindicated, and David Lin's final revenge plot collapses. 3 months later, I'm standing on the balcony of my new penthouse, looking out at the Seattle skyline. Coal Industries has become the most trusted name in cybersecurity. Governments worldwide are implementing our quantum encryption standards, and I've been invited to speak at the United Nations about ethical AI development. Lila joins me on the balcony with 2 cups of coffee and a satisfied smile. The quarterly reports look good, she says. Revenue up 400%, government contracts worth $12 billion, and 3 different universities want to offer you honorary doctorates. Not bad for a guy who was broke and hiding in warehouses a year ago. Not bad at all. Marcus stops by the office to say goodbye. His undercover work is taking him to Eastern Europe, where new cybercriminal organizations are trying to acquire quantum hacking technology. I know I can never make up for what I did to you, he says. But I hope what we accomplish together counts for something. I shake his hand. It counts for everything. Be careful out there. You too. And Ethan, don't trust anyone completely. Not even the people you think are on your side. It's good advice, but coming from Marcus, it feels more like a warning. Sophia comes to see me the day before she leaves for a new CIA assignment. We meet at the same restaurant where I proposed to her 18 months ago, back when I thought I understood who she was. Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we'd met under different circumstances? She asks. Every day. But we didn't meet under different circumstances. We met as part of a conspiracy, and somehow we managed to save each other anyway. I did love you, Ethan. I need you to know that. Everything I felt, everything we shared, that was real, even when everything else was fake. I know, and I love you too, which is why I understand that you need to go. We both know that too much has happened between us for a normal relationship to work, but we also know that we'll always be connected by what we survived together. 2 weeks after Sophia leaves, I'm working late in my office when Lila bursts in with her laptop. Ethan, you need to see this. She shows me surveillance footage from Singapore's airport, Sophia boarding a private jet with a man I don't recognize. Who is that? Lila pulls up a facial recognition match. Alexander Volkov. Russian tech billionaire, former FSB, current CEO of Quantum Dynamics, your biggest competitor in the quantum encryption market. My blood runs cold. How long have they known each other? According to flight records, this is their 4th meeting in the past 6 weeks. The implications are staggering. While I was rebuilding my company and trusting Sophia with my secrets, she was secretly working with my primary competitor. My phone buzzes with a text from Sophia. Ethan, I'm sorry you had to find out this way. Alexander offered me something you never could, a chance to build something new instead of constantly rebuilding something broken. Take care of yourself. S. I stare at the message, and suddenly everything makes sense. Sophia didn't just help me stop David's final revenge plot. She used it as an opportunity to steal my quantum encryption research and deliver it to my biggest rival. The woman I loved, who I thought had finally chosen loyalty over deception, played the longest con of all. Lila sets her laptop aside and looks at me with concern. What do we do now? I think about it. Sophia has given my most dangerous competitor access to research that could make quantum dynamics the dominant force in global cybersecurity. Alexander Volkov has the resources of the Russian government behind him and no ethical constraints holding him back. But I have something he doesn't: experience surviving betrayal and coming back stronger. Now we compete, I say. And we win. Over the following weeks, it becomes clear that Quantum Dynamics is using my research to develop cybersecurity products that directly compete with coal industries. They're offering governments and corporations quantum encryption services at prices I can't match, backed by capabilities that mirror my own. But they made one crucial mistake. They assumed that having my research meant they understood my vision. Alexander Volkov wants to use quantum encryption to help authoritarian governments control their citizens. I want to use it to help free people protect their privacy from authoritarian governments. The real war is just beginning. 6 months later, Coal Industries has evolved beyond a simple technology company. We've become a movement, training ethical hackers, funding privacy rights organizations, and developing open-source tools that democratize cybersecurity. Every company that Quantum Dynamics helps oppress, we help liberate. Every government surveillance program they enable, we help citizens evade. Every authoritarian regime they empower, we help freedom fighters resist. Sophia chose to help build a digital prison. I'm building digital keys to unlock every cage. They say that the best revenge is living well, but I've learned that the best revenge is making the world better than your enemies want to be. My name is Ethan Cole, and I've been betrayed by everyone I ever trusted, my business partner, my sister, my fiancée, even my own government. But every betrayal taught me something valuable about human nature, about power, and about the difference between being successful and being significant. Sophia is out there somewhere, building surveillance systems for dictators and calling it progress. David is in prison, still scheming from his cell. Marcus is in the shadows, fighting cybercriminals who might be more honest than the governments that employ him. And I'm here in Seattle, building the future I want my children to inherit, a world where technology serves humanity instead of enslaving it. The billionaire's betrayal is over, but the Guardian's mission has just begun. Because in the end, the people who betray you don't define who you are. How you respond to betrayal defines who you become. And I've become someone I'm proud to be. As I'm finishing this reflection, Lila rushes into my office with breaking news. Ethan, we have a problem. Quantum Dynamics just announced a partnership with the Chinese government to build a social harmony network, AI-powered surveillance that can predict and prevent antisocial behavior. I look at the news report and see Sophia standing next to Alexander Volkov and Chinese officials, smiling as they announce technology that will monitor 1 billion people's every move. How long until they try to expand it globally? I ask. 6 months, maybe less. I stand up and look out at the Seattle skyline, thinking about the billions of people who are about to lose their privacy forever unless someone stops this. Then we have 6 months to save the world again. Lila grins. Just like old times. Better than old times. This time, we know who we can trust. The war for humanity's digital freedom is about to begin, and I'm ready for battle.